The night sighs, a canvas of indigo bruised with violet. Stars bleed light, tiny wounds in the vastness, each a silent scream echoing across impossible distances. The wind whispers secrets through the cypress trees, twisted sentinels guarding a slumbering world. It smells of turned earth and rain, a primal fragrance that clings to the soul. I sit here, on the edge of the wheat field, the stubble scratching at my skin. The moon, a spectral eye, watches me, knows the turmoil that boils beneath my skin. The canvas of my mind, a swirling vortex of color and despair. I try to paint what I feel, to capture the divine spark flickering within the mundane. But the colors elude me, the brush trembles in my hand. They say I am mad. Perhaps they are right. But is madness not merely seeing the world with a clarity that blinds them? Is it not feeling with an intensity that shatters their fragile composure? They see only the surface, the mundane, the predictable. I see the swirling energy, the hidden currents, the divine breath that animates all things. This field, this simple field of wheat, is a cathedral to me. Each blade a prayer, each swaying stalk a hymn to the sun. The crickets chirp their endless chorus, a symphony of the night. A reminder that even in the darkness, life persists, sings, celebrates its fragile existence. I search for God in the colors, in the texture of the world, in the faces of the peasants, etched with the stories of hardship and resilience. I find him in the fleeting beauty of a sunflower, in the raw, untamed energy of a storm, in the quiet dignity of an old shoe. He is everywhere and nowhere, a whisper in the wind, a fleeting glimpse in the corner of my eye. Loneliness is a constant companion. It wraps around me like a shroud, suffocating, isolating. But even in loneliness, there is beauty. It forces me to look inward, to confront the demons that haunt my soul, to search for the light within the darkness. The letters I write are fragments of my soul, scattered across the world, hoping to find a receptive heart, a kindred spirit who understands the language of color and light. I pour my heart onto the page, raw and unfiltered, exposing my vulnerabilities, my fears, my hopes. I yearn for connection, for understanding, for love. But perhaps these are unattainable dreams, fleeting illusions that dance just beyond my grasp. Perhaps my destiny is to wander alone, a solitary figure against the vast canvas of the universe, forever searching for a truth that remains elusive. The night is deepening. The stars are burning brighter. I feel a strange sense of peace settling over me, a quiet acceptance of my fate. The world is beautiful, even in its pain, even in its ugliness. And I, a humble servant of beauty, must continue to paint, to capture its essence, to share its light with the world, however imperfectly. The darkness hums with a sacred promise. The night sings its lullaby, a song of shadows and whispers, a balm to soothe the weary soul. I walk through the fields, the tall grass brushing against my legs, a silent greeting from the earth. The scent of damp soil and night-blooming flowers fills the air, a heady perfume that intoxicates the senses. The moon, a silver disk in the inky sky, casts long, dancing shadows, transforming the familiar landscape into a realm of mystery and enchantment. I remember my brother, Theo, his unwavering belief in me, a beacon of light in the darkness of my self-doubt. His letters are a lifeline, connecting me to the world, reminding me that I am not entirely alone. I long to repay his faith, to create something worthy of his love and sacrifice. But the demons whisper their insidious doubts, telling me that I am a failure, a madman, destined for oblivion. I close my eyes and breathe deeply, trying to silence the voices, to find solace in the stillness of the night. I see the stars as tiny points of light scattered across the vast expanse of the cosmos, each one a sun, burning with unimaginable energy. I imagine distant worlds, teeming with life, civilizations rising and falling, dramas playing out on a cosmic stage. It is humbling, terrifying, and exhilarating to contemplate the immensity of it all. The wheat field sways in the gentle breeze, a sea of gold under the moonlight. I see it as a metaphor for life, a cycle of growth and decay, of sowing and reaping. We are all grains of wheat, tossed about by the winds of fate, some destined to flourish, others to wither and die. But even in death there is beauty, a quiet dignity in returning to the earth, nourishing the soil for future generations. The church spire, a dark silhouette against the sky, points towards the heavens, a symbol of faith, of hope, of the eternal. But I find God not in the grandeur of the church, but in the simplicity of the peasant's cottage, in the warmth of the hearth, in the love that binds families together. He is in the laughter of children, in the tears of mourners, in the shared humanity that unites us all. I paint to express the inexpressible, to capture the fleeting moments of beauty that illuminate our lives. I paint to exorcise my demons, to confront my fears, to find meaning in the chaos of existence. Each brushstroke is a prayer, a plea for understanding, a desperate attempt to connect with something larger than myself. Sometimes I feel like I am losing my mind, that the colors are too intense, the emotions too overwhelming. The world becomes a swirling vortex of light and shadow, threatening to engulf me entirely. But then I remember the sunflowers, their faces turned towards the sun, their unwavering devotion to the light. And I find the strength to carry on, to keep painting, to keep searching for beauty in the midst of madness. The wind whispers secrets through the trees, tales of love and loss, of joy and sorrow, of the eternal struggle between light and darkness. I listen intently, trying to decipher the message, to find guidance in the rustling leaves. The world is full of signs, of symbols, if only we have the eyes to see, the ears to hear. I am a pilgrim on a journey, searching for the promised land, for a place of peace and belonging. I may never reach my destination, but the journey itself is its own reward. The act of searching, of striving, of creating is what gives meaning to my life. And even in the darkness, there is always hope, a flicker of light that guides us forward, towards a brighter tomorrow. The brush awaits, a silent invitation to return to the canvas, to translate the language of the night into colors that speak of God. The air grows colder. The silence now is a canvas of its own, a deeper blue than any I have mixed. And within it, the stars are not just points of light, but openings, tiny windows into an immensity that both terrifies and comforts. I think of the wheat fields, how they bend and sway, not in supplication, but in a dance with the wind, a constant yielding that is also a form of strength. We are all like that, I think, bending, breaking, but never truly undone. The earth smells of rain and secrets. It holds the memories of generations, the echoes of laughter and tears, the silent testament to lives lived and lost. And it gives, endlessly, offering sustenance and beauty, even to those who abuse it. There is a lesson in that generosity, a profound truth about forgiveness and resilience. The night air carries the scent of cypress trees, pointing like dark fingers towards the heavens. They seem to whisper of eternity, of the endless cycle of birth and death, of the interconnectedness of all things. I long to capture that feeling on canvas, to convey the sense of awe and wonder that overwhelms me when I gaze upon them. But words fail me, and even my paints seem inadequate to the task. The task is to show the unseen, the invisible energy that flows through all creation, the divine spark that resides within each of us. Perhaps it is an impossible task, a fool's errand, but I cannot resist the urge to try, to pour my soul onto the canvas, to share my vision with the world. The moon is a pearl in the velvet sky, casting its gentle glow upon the sleeping world. It illuminates the shadows, revealing their intricate patterns, their hidden depths. I think of the darkness within myself, the shadows that I struggle to overcome, and I realize that they too have their beauty, their purpose. They are the necessary contrast to the light, the fertile ground from which growth can emerge. I have often felt like an outsider, a stranger in a strange land. But tonight, I feel a sense of belonging, a connection to something larger than myself. The universe embraces me, flaws and all, accepting me as a part of its grand design. The wind sighs through the reeds, a mournful melody that speaks of loss and longing. But it also speaks of hope, of the promise of renewal, of the resilience of the human spirit. We are all connected, bound together by invisible threads of love and compassion. And even in our darkest moments, we are never truly alone. God is not a distant, unreachable being, but a presence that permeates all things, a force that guides and sustains us, even when we are unaware of its presence. He is in the laughter of children, in the kindness of strangers, in the beauty of a sunset. He is in the pain and suffering too, offering us the opportunity to grow, to learn, to become more compassionate beings. The night whispers its secrets, painting the world in shades of silver and indigo. And I listen, my heart open, my soul receptive, ready to receive its message, to translate its beauty into the language of color and light. I will paint until my hands can no longer hold a brush, until my eyes can no longer see. I will paint to honor the beauty of the world, to express the depths of my soul, to share my vision with those who are willing to see. This is my purpose, my calling, my destiny, and I embrace it with all its joy and all its sorrow. The first light begins to touch the horizon, a pale promise of a new day. The stars begin to fade, their brilliance dimmed by the approaching dawn. The night surrenders to the light, but its message remains, etched in my heart, imprinted on my soul. I will carry it with me, always, as a reminder of the beauty and the mystery of the world, of the presence of God in all things. And I will paint. I will always paint.